The plot revolves around a goldfish named Brunhild and a boy named Sosuke, who renames her Ponyo. Fujimoto, a once human wizard/scientist, lives underwater with his daughter, Brunhild, and her numerous younger sisters. Brunhild sneaks away and floats away on the back of a jellyfish while she and her siblings are on a trip with their father in his four-flippered submarine. She drifts to the shore of a small fishing town in a glass jar after colliding with a fishing trawler, where she is rescued by a 5-year-old boy named Sosuke. Sosuke cuts his finger when he shatters the jar open with a rock. Brunhild licks his wound, causing it to heal almost instantly. Meanwhile, Fujimoto is on the hunt for her, and his waves indicate that he believes she has been kidnapped. Fujimoto sprays water with a water canister so he can walk on land. Lisa, Sosuke's mother, believes it is weed killer, but Fujimoto informs her that it is ocean water. Lisa drives away before he can finish his sentence. Lisa compliments herself on her beauty while driving. Sosuke gives her the name Ponyo and promises to protect her. Meanwhile, a devastated Fujimoto searches desperately for his missing daughter but is snagged by all the garbage in the sea. Sosuke tries to show off Ponyo to one of his friends, but she disapproves and calls Ponyo boring, causing her dress to get wet. 2 people at the senior home where Lisa works like Ponyo, but Toki does not and is also sprayed. Scared, he flees and hides, and Ponyo speaks to him, which amazes him. Fujimoto quickly locates them and summons his wave spirits to retrieve her, leaving Sosuke heartbroken. On the way home, Lisa informs him that, while he made an effort to care for Ponyo, keeping her in a bucket was not a good idea. When they return home, Sosuke places the pail on the fence in case Ponyo returns. The day does not improve when Sosuke's father is unable to return home that night as planned, and Lisa takes it hard and refuses to signal her husband as he passes. Sosuke wishes his dad well and tries to cheer up Elisa. It does not take long and she decides to have dessert and dinner, saying that the whole day has been backwards. Ponyo and Fujimoto have an argument, during which Ponyo refuses to let her father call her by her birth name. She declares her desire to be known as Ponyo and to become human. Even though her father warns her about the dark side of humans, but she won't listen. Using her magic, she forces herself to grow leg and arm-like appendages and start changing into a human, a power granted to her by the human blood she ingested when she lit Sosuke's finger. Her worried father forces her to revert to her true form because being a human and possessing magic would be dangerous. He leaves to summon Ponyo's mother, Grandmamere, realizing she can't stay much longer. Meanwhile, Ponyo, with the help of her sisters, rebels against her father and unintentionally uses his magic to become fully human. The massive amount of magic she releases into the ocean causes a world imbalance, resulting in a tsunami that strands ships at sea. Ponyo returns to Sosuke, who is surprised and overjoyed to see her. Ponyo has returned as a little girl, he tells his mother. Lisa agrees to let Ponyo stay at their house for the time being. Lisa, Suk, and Ponyo shelter at Sosuke's house from the storm. Ponyo talks about her parents after a warm drink, and they quickly start the generator with Ponyo's help. They attempt to contact Sosuke's father but receive no response. Ponyo is surprised when they serve ramen for dinner, especially since it contains ham. Ponyo falls asleep after dinner because she is exhausted from using so much magic. Outside, the waves have subsided, and Lisa and Sosuke notice a light moving in the distance, which they recognize as coming from the senior center. Lisa goes outside when the light goes out and notices the rising tide has reached the road. Lisa decides to leave and check on the residents of the nursing home where she works, while Sosuke stays behind. He initially refuses to accompany her, but she tells them that their house is a beacon in the dark and that she has to help them. She prepares plenty of food for him and Ponyo and promises Sosuke that she will return home as soon as possible after making him man of the house. She follows the advice of the 2 crossing guards and takes the mountain road after packing her car and leaving. Sosuke returns to the house and stays with Ponyo once she is out of sight. Sosuke's father, Kichi, sees what he thinks is a city out at sea, but it turns out to be several ships caught in a wall of water as the moon approaches. He sees Ponyo's mother, Grandmamere, traveling after the engine stops and recognizes her as the goddess of mercy. Fujimoto soon arrives at Sosuke's house and is astounded to discover that Ponyo's magic has not only grown stronger, but she is also fully human. Grandmamere arrives at Fujimoto's submarine, and he is overjoyed to see her. She informs him that her ocean has grown larger. Fujimoto informs her that their daughter is now a human and blames himself for what happened. He also notices that the moon appears to be falling out of orbit and satellites are falling like shooting stars, indicating a dangerous imbalance in nature. Grandmamere declares that if Sosuke passes a test, Ponyo will be able to live as a human and the world's order will be restored. Fujimoto, still worried, reminds her that if Sosuke fails the test, Ponyo will turn into sea foam. Grandmamere informs him that they must allow the children to rest before the test tomorrow. When Sosuke and Ponyo awaken, they discover that the ocean has covered most of the land around their house. Lisa is unable to return home, so the two children decide to find her. They make Sosuke's toy pop boat life-size with Ponyo's magic and set out across the swollen ocean. They pass by many fish and a family who knows Sosuke and his family. Ponyo gives the baby some soup, but because he can only drink milk at this age, Ponyo lets the mother drink it. Soon, the entire town arrives on boats and instructs everyone to go to a nearby hotel for safety. The two friends rush to find the seniors who may be present at the park. When Ponyo and Sosuke arrive in the forest, Ponyo becomes tired and falls asleep, only to be awoken by Sosuke, who begs her to light a second candle because the one powering their boat is about to go out. Ponyo then falls asleep several times before concentrating enough to light the candle, which then burns out. She then passes out, and Sosuke has to push the boat to shore, only to discover that, without Ponyo's magic, the boat is shrunk to the size of a toy. Sosuke dragged Ponyo to the beach, where he discovered Lisa's abandoned car. Sosuke is terrified when he cannot find Lisa. Ponyo then awakens, and the two decide to continue their search for her. Meanwhile, Lisa and the nursing home residents, who are temporarily able to breathe water due to grandmamere, are waiting for Ponyo and Sosuke below the surface. Ponyo and Sosuke enter a tunnel. Ponyo reverts to a fish inside due to overuse of her magical powers. When they meet Fujimoto, he tells Sosuke that the residents, his mother, and grandmamere were all waiting for them, but Sosuke doesn't believe him because of Toki's claims and attempts to flee. Fujimoto, on the other hand, captures them and transports them to the secure nursing home. Sosuke meets grandmamere, with whom Lisa has just had a long private conversation. Grandmamere asks Sook if he can love Ponyo regardless of whether she is a fish or not. Sosuke responds that he adores all Ponyos. Grandmamere then tells her daughter that if she wants to become human for good, she must give up her magical powers. Ponyo agrees, so Grandmamere encases her in a bubble and hands her over to Sosuke. Ponyo's transformation will be completed, she says, if he kisses the bubble. The natural balance is thus restored, and the previously stranded ships return to port. Fujimoto respects his daughter's decision to become a human, having decided that he can entrust Ponyo's care to Sosuke. Lisa and Sosuke go to meet Koichi's ship, which has arrived. Ponyo then leaps into the air and kisses Sosuke, completing her transformation into a human.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.